Des, what a team performance out there. How pleased are you with the way that the guys applied themselves today?
I'm very happy with the result. I think it took us probably 15 minutes to get into the game. But once we settled, it was a very tough test. That's not by any stretch of the imagination an easy result or win. And none of the games in this league this year will be. So to be able to score 3 and to come away with 3 points, 2 home games now, 2 wins, is a very good start for us.
Well, going a goal down so early, it's the type of thing that can maybe spook a side a little bit, but the team after those initial 10-15 minutes showed so much fight and desire to get themselves back into the game and then get a foothold of it.
Yeah, I think it's difficult when we spoke about this before, when you've got a very good manager who's done a lot of this level and above before, but he's only come in and had 1 game in the league with this team. It's very difficult to know how they'll set up. And they'd set up differently to what we expected, or they played slightly different how we expected. And it took us maybe 10-15 minutes to get to grips with that and make sure that we were clear on how we dealt with that. But once we did, I thought the game balanced itself out and we got our goal. And then we put ourselves in a position, at second half, despite obviously the injury to Matty and then the injury to Joe just before half time, where we were able to put ourselves in a position to go on to win the game.
At this rate, Sparky's going to end up with 46 goals. You'd take that, wouldn't you?
Absolutely take that. Yeah, delighted for him. 4 from 4, all very different types of finishes. But the most important thing is that we keep him in the box. We keep him in around those areas because we know the quality of finishes he has. But we've already spoken. He's got his Wales call up and deservedly so. And yeah, if he goes on to continue, it might not be 1 for 1 every game, but if he can continue on some kind of similar rate, he'll be very happy, and so will we.
And Tyler's goal, you must have had one of the best views in the house of it.
I think I had the best. I was right behind it. He normally cuts in, obviously he's played on the left most of his time in the first team. He normally cuts in on the left and bends them with his right. So to be behind him when he cuts in on the right and bends it with his left, the way it curled at the end to hit the side netting was a wonderful finish. And we didn't know, like I said, coming into this level of football, how we would adapt and how quickly we'd be able to do that, both player-wise and team. And it's so good to see Tyler being one as an example that he's stepped up and he's thriving in it at the moment and showing people what he's capable of doing. So he's one of everyone that's been out there. So as long as we keep doing that and we back ourselves and trust ourselves, we'll put ourselves in the best position to come away with more results.
Greg Lee got the 3rd, but also his contribution coming into the game in the manner that he did. Sometimes, again, for substitutes coming in that way can take a bit of time, but straight away he was right into the action.
Yeah, look, the game always throws different challenges at you, whether it's team set up or it's trying to manage the game. We obviously lost Matty Phillips earlier in the first half and had to make an early change. So to then we had the decision whether we let the game ride with 4 minutes still to play till half-time at 1-1, which we didn't feel was worth the risk in case they nicked a goal, especially when you have Greg. But of course you get the extra sub at half-time if you do it then. But there's a reason, we've spoke about Joe and Greg and the importance of having both. And it's not just those two. We've seen that today with Josh McEachran and Will Vaulks. We've got a squad here. We have to use them and they have to be ready to perform, whether it's they start or they come on. And that's going to be so important, not just at left back or in 6th role. It's going to be so important across the team this year.
And finally, we're now going to the international break. 2 wins from 4, another victory at home. It's been a busy summer and a busy start to the season. Des, will you take a bit of time just to reflect on this opening 3 months of the season so far, really?
I won't lie to you, I'm exhausted. The last couple of weeks it's been really good. The back end of last season was excellent, but the start of this year, this first block of games, 4 games, coming into the unknown, doing the work certainly that we've been doing behind the scenes with the recruitment of the team and the window closing yesterday, trying to get this team to a position where we can perform and compete and win at this level. It's been a lot of work, not just by me. There's lots of other people at this club behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, that are doing everything we can to try and position ourselves as well as we can. So there will be some time off now over the international break, not just for me but for a few others, and very well deserved. So hopefully people can enjoy themselves, especially the ones that aren't going away on international duty, but come back refreshed, ready to go for the second block.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.